you understand the power of artificial intelligence and creating AI art with these tools like Midjourney and Ideogram and Dall-E 3. Have you considered though how your life would change if you were to actually monetize these and create cash flow from these designs? You could be a full-time creator or a part-time creator, and you could create an income for yourself or build up and grow your existing income. In these days, with how high inflation is, it doesn't make any sense to not have some sort of assets working for you, and that doesn't need to be real estate or stocks. It could be print-on-demand assets. I'm going to show you what I mean here. Print-on-demand basically just means any products like t-shirts or hoodies, or in this case for this video, it's going to be mouse pads, that we can take our art, put it on a product, and then a company is going to actually create the product and ship it to our customers. So this becomes a hands-off, passive, digital way of creating assets out of your art. So look at these stores here. This one's getting 7.4 average daily sales, and look at their designs. They're all created using artificial intelligence. So we can definitely replicate this process, but just to show you that this was not just luck for Katie Lynn Designs. We've got another store here, Desk Nico Aesthetic Mats and Mouse Pads, and we're looking at an average of 14.3 daily sales for this seller here, and they're going steady. They're also from the Netherlands, guys. So they are selling on Etsy as a starting place. A lot of sellers will start on Etsy because your customers will be there already ready to purchase from you, and you can also do your product research here to find out what people want and what's in demand. So it's no surprise that when I went to go create a design, I used this as part of my reference because it's already being purchased. It's already a bestseller in Etsy, so I don't want to have to go and reinvent the wheel. I want to borrow inspiration from something that's already in demand and already showing data of sales. You can also verify this by coming down here to reviews for this item, most recent, and then it's going to show you the most recent reviews. As long as you have a lot of recent reviews for this product, it's selling a lot recently. And finally, we have Dreamy Mousepads. Now, Dreamy Mousepads is fairly new, but they're already getting 1.5 average daily sales, and their sales are increasing over time. Again, they're using AI to generate these designs, and we're going to do exactly the same. And I'm also going to show you the advantages that you can have over these sellers. We do have a lot of sales, but we can actually improve this. Not only can we add our own creativity and blend this with other niches, there are people that are passionate about many different things, and they might want to have something else on their mouse pad or a certain style and aesthetic. So there are ways to improve it through creativity, and then we're also going to offer our customers a different type of mouse pad. We have the option to offer LED mouse pads with a light up LED border around the actual mouse pad itself that the customer can choose the colors for. So we're going to be able to offer that as an incentive as well. So to start, what you're going to do is actually start with product research. Find a design. It doesn't even need to be a desk mat, but it can be helpful if it is, if that's what you're selling. Find something that has good demand behind it. Obviously, we have some signals here from Etsy that this has good demand, and then you'll want to go ahead and take a screenshot of part of that design. Now, we're not stealing this design. We are not taking this exact design and trying to replicate it, but we will need a sample of the design style so that we can actually go over to our AI art tool. In this case, I'm using Dall-E 3 and ChatGPT, so that we can actually create some sort of reference. So in this case, I said generate a design similar to this, a beautiful mystical scene with gold and black accents, two koi fish swimming through the stars, yin yang. So it came back with this design. I wasn't really too happy with this design, so it's important that you go back and you create a design that's actually something that's cohesive that people will want to buy. So you can get into more abstract art, but I would recommend trying to blend together niches. For example, in this case, we might be trying to go with more of an Eastern wisdom niche and space, blending those two things together. This was the final product, and the best way to arrive at this with ChatGPT is actually to just talk to it like a normal human being or like a designer. Regenerate, but the fish are the yin yang symbols. One is white, one is black, seamless design. And you can see that it came back with a really good design here. Another option you have is to upload a reference photo like I did here of a winning product. You've done your product research, you've found something that's working well, and then you upload it and you ask ChatGPT to actually describe the image, and it's going to come back with a detailed description that we can actually use to generate a new image. So it's going to have the same elements of success, but it's going to be a completely different generated photo. So let's go ahead and type out Great. Thank you. Generate as a new digital design. And when this finishes up, we'll be able to submit it. All right, so we have our generation back, and as you can see, it is not the same, but it is very similar in style and in tone and everything else. So if you weren't happy with this, you could easily regenerate it. You could also use the vary region feature. So let's say we wanted to actually maybe put a face in here. We could actually select a certain region and then re-prompt. Now this works for anything. If you had a hand that maybe had an extra finger, you could select that finger and remove it. You could do a lot of different things with this. So you can highlight it, and then you can come over to your prompt and you can go ahead and say something like a cute cat wearing a flower crown. So let's see if it's able to actually put in a cat into this design and if it's going to look good, if it's going to look seamless. Let's just see what happens. Sometimes, because this is a new tool, it does not generate a very good output. However, I've had some very clean, very successful outputs from this as well. So let's give it a shot. All right, not too bad. It did generate a cat with a flower crown in the middle of this design. So that kind of gives you an idea of how you could actually come back and create your own unique elements inside of this design, make it your own, and cross niche it. So this is super important. Maybe you have people who love botanical vintage style elements like the flowers, and then they also love cats. By combining these two things, they're way more likely to resonate with that product and want to purchase it compared to, for example, a design just with flowers. They might not resonate with this quite as much. It's much harder to resonate. So great examples: politics, religion, things that people are passionate about, like animals, animal rights, their pets, their family, their jobs, the things that they identify with, their hobbies. These are all things that you can blend and cross together to actually create compelling print-on-demand designs. Now, let's just say that this was a design that we wanted to put on a mouse pad. How are we actually going to accomplish that? We know we want to sell it on Etsy, but how do we actually fulfill everything? It sounds messy. It sounds complicated. It's actually super simple. All we need to do is download our designs, and then we're going to go over to an app called Printify. You're going to sign up for free, and then you're going to type in gaming mouse pads, and you're going to see all of these different mouse pads come up. Now, these are the ones that ship out of the US. There are also a few that ship out of other parts of the world. For example, this one ships out of China, but it has an LED gaming mouse pad feature. So it's actually going to be light up LED, and the cost for you is about $10 plus shipping to actually fulfill this product. So the profit margin on it is really good. I think the potential here is really high, but you do need to make your customers aware that their shipping time will be delayed and that they're going to have to wait about 7 to 10 business days to receive this product. So let your customers know that they're going to have to wait about 7 to 10 business days to receive this version of this mouse pad if that's the one you're selling. And then they also have an option here that is an LED gaming mouse pad that has wireless charging on the top left corner as well. So someone could charge their phone or charge their devices in the top left corner fairly easily. So let's go ahead and select this one here. But again, you could just select the plain mouse pads if you wanted to sell the normal mouse pads and not the LED ones. But in this particular one, I would love to highlight the fact that this would be great for people who are into gaming. Anyone who obsesses over PC games, they need desk mats, and this is perfect. It's got the LED lighting around the edges to make your product unique, and it's a newer product from Printify. So Printify is going to actually connect to all those platforms: Etsy, Amazon, Walmart, wherever you want to sell. You're going to be able to connect to those places and then push your products. So click on the product that you would like. And if you did want more information about the shipping times, the production times of this product, the quality, you could click on provider info, and all of that information will be there. So go ahead and click on start designing. And then we're going to be brought to a screen where we are able to actually start designing our mouse pad here. So this is going to be fairly simple. So now all we need to do is actually click on upload my device, and then we can go to our downloads and select our file that we want to upload. Now it's going to put it onto this canvas. We can stretch it out, and let's see if it's large enough. Now it's going to come back and tell us that this is low resolution. So it can automatically enhance your low quality images for you, or you can go over to bigjpeg.com. Now, bigjpeg.com, you're going to be able to select your images and you're going to be able to upscale these images for free up to 4 times. And you can do the highest quality here, and then it's going to increase this image size up to 4,000 by 4,000 pixel in this case, because it's going to 4x the 1024 by 1024. That's one way you can make your image larger without compromising the image quality. So once it's completed, you can just hit this download button here and you'll be able to download that upscaled image. Then you can come back over to Printify, click upload, and you'll be able to upload that larger image in here, and you shouldn't have any issues with resolution problems. Okay, this time around we have a high resolution. Everything looks good on our mouse pads. But before I publish, there's a really important quick note. You have to come up here to variants, and we want to select multiple sizes for variants. We want to have a smaller size, we want to have a medium size, and then we want to have a couple larger sizes as well. Now, obviously you could select all of these, but I don't want to overwhelm my customer with too many choices. So I'm just going to select 4 for this particular product. Now let's go ahead and save this. And now you'll automatically get the mockups that you need for your product here on Etsy. And this is exactly what your customer will receive. So they get to preview what this will actually look like in their daily life and how they're actually going to be able to use it when they're charging their phone, when they're playing video games, etc. You're going to get those mockups automatically and you've got the different variants for different sizes. So this is the product listing stage of e-commerce and print on demand. Now you're going to want to pretend that you're the customer, the end customer that's purchasing, and you want to pretend that you're doing a search. And what would they be searching for if they were looking for your mouse pad specifically? So they might be looking for vintage, botanical, cat lover, mouse pad. That might be one long-term keyword. You might also include in something like birthday, Christmas, and some other relevant holidays if they are relevant, just in case they end up searching for those in their search query as well. So great way to get your tags that you want to target is to actually go to the Etsy page of a competitor, look at their title, and look at the bottom of the page at Etsy as well, and you'll see a bunch of tags that they're using and that they're ranking for. So find someone on the first page for something you want to rank for, and then go and see what tags they're using and implement those in your title, your description, and your tags. But one really important thing to keep in mind is you want this to be still readable for a human. You want it to be something that a human would read and understand. You don't want it to be just filled with keywords. So this is pretty sufficient at describing our product. Will hopefully resonate and still be readable for a human being as well. Your description is less important. It can be useful to have a few details about the quality of it and the overall features like the LED strip and stuff like that, but you could go through and probably remove things like the charging pad size. That's just not very relevant information. You can remove or add things from the description if you would like, but I would focus the limited time that you do have on creating new products and creating new listings. For your shipping profile, go ahead and just automatically assign it to a new shipping profile, and then you're going to have your different variants here. So make sure that you have your Etsy store connected to Printify. Signing up for Etsy is super simple. Go to Etsy.com, sign up as a seller. They will walk you through step by step and you'll be selling on Etsy in no time. For our pricing, we want to make sure that we have enough profit that we're actually going to be worth it at the end of the day for us, that it's actually going to make us money, that it's going to be something that we're excited about. So in this case, we want to ensure that our product prices scale with the size of the mouse pad. So I would set the first lowest price to $34.95. The next biggest sizes at 27 inches is going to be $39.95. We're going to bump up the third largest size to $44.95. And then finally, our largest size is going to be $54.95. This is something that you could play around with. Obviously, I've got a higher profit margin here on the largest size. We could put this at $49.95. We could play around with our prices a little bit more, but this is a good way to attract customers at a lower base price. At our lowest variant has a good attractive price. But then we've also got these larger variants that have healthy profit margins in here, to where if someone buys the largest size, we're making over $20 per sale. And if someone buys the smallest size, we're still making $15 per sale. So we're still doing really well. So you can mess with these as you want, but keep in mind Etsy has about 6 to 10% in fees that they're going to pull out from each transaction. And then you need to keep in mind that if you're planning on running sales like a 10% promotion, you want to have enough profit built into your pricing so that that sale doesn't eat into your profits. So one thing to keep in mind with the LED gaming mats is that the shipping is either going to need to be passed to the buyer or it's going to need to be built into the gaming mats. So the pricing here is actually going to have to need to be something like $49.95, $59.95, and it's going to scale up as our sizing increases. So $79.95 and $89.95. This would be if we were eating the shipping cost ourselves. That would allow us enough profit to eat the shipping cost ourselves and not pass it on to the customer and still be profitable. Finally, you're going to go ahead and hit publish, and then it's going to go into your drafts section on Etsy. From there, you can polish anything up, last minute touches, reorder your images, and then hit publish and it will be live. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. And there we go. It's for sale. It's ready to go. And obviously it doesn't need to be mouse pads. It could be shower curtains, puzzles, t-shirts. I have content on that. Be sure to watch those videos if you're interested in some other product ideas. I have one-on-one coaching. You can book a Zoom call with me. We can brainstorm ideas for your business, look at what's working, what's not. We also have group private coaching where every single week we meet, we do product research, we create products, we talk about the best ways to actually maximize your profit and maximize your success in print on demand. So if you're interested in group coaching or private coaching, the links for those are in the description. If you're interested in joining Printify for free, the link for that is also below. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Sincerely appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you. Bye.